Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Hey, this is Juanita. We are on day 16 and we are going to talk about an old TV host show that I used to watch back in the 80s, I believe. This was before Oprah ever became Oprah, and probably other shows right along there. But this guy had a program on that taught me something significant about myself, and I have been working on it for a long time because of him. So stay tuned for that story because it may even help you in your life. Yeah. Okay, right now I'm gonna go get my coffee, go get some things done, and then I'm gonna meet you guys on the first floor in a jiffy. We've got cleaners here arguing. I don't know, maybe maybe they're arguing over what room they're going to be using this morning. Okay, see you guys soon. Okay, you guys, well, we're on the first floor, and I was just outside, and it's sunny, so my glasses are a little bit tinted, but hopefully they'll clear up. If not, I will be wearing sunglasses. Today, we're going to talk about an old talk host show of the name Merv Griffin. I'm going to get started. Now, this is going to hopefully not be too scattered, but there was a talk show host of the name Merv Griffin, and he has been in NBC for 1962, I believe. He had his own production company. But like in 1968, I believe, or 69, he started a syndication show of the Merv Griffin Show. And that ran all the way to 86, but it was kind of, I guess, off and on. But he was kind of like Oprah, and we all know Oprah. And so, anyway, I'm going to reel it back a little bit about my own self because it has to do with this show. But I grew up with a mother who was OCD. And I was going to stop. I'm going to pick this up because I need to illustrate here. But anyway, sorry about that. My mother had OCD, and of course back in those days, you didn't call it OCD, you didn't even have a name. In fact, I didn't even know what it was. In fact, I didn't even know that she had OCD and that she had any issues. I just thought she was just very picky. And when you're raised, and you may agree with me, you may not, give me your comments below on this, but when you grow up with somebody who's OCD, you almost likely will be OCD and have some of those same habits, especially if they're really kind of imposed on you to do that. Now, my mother wasn't, I don't remember her being picky like this woman was. So now I'm gonna go to this TV program. Now this TV program, Merv Griffin, he had this lady there. And at the time I didn't work, so I watched Merv Griffin Show. That was my show at the time. And anyway, he had this woman in who had severe OCD, amongst other things. And she was sharing this story about how, you know, friends would complain about her all the time, and how they didn't feel that they were good enough, and what they did wasn't good enough. So she proceeded to explain that when they would come over, and they moved something. So I'm gonna illustrate, and you guys can probably relate to this. So we'll see how good this does. But let's just say, hypothetically, that this was a vase that she had, and somebody came over and they moved it to look at it, and then they placed it back down, not really paying attention of where they put it. And she would get up and she would put it right back to where she had it. Now, she never said anything to her friends. You know, don't pick it up. Don't move that. Why are you moving that? Or anything like that. She would just casually move it back. If people came over, she would explain how people would come over and they would help her, you know, after a dinner party, and they'd wash dishes. And she'd go back and she'd wash the dishes again. And after a while, people were feeling like, what, is what I'm doing not good enough? I mean, you know, and started questioning her. And this is why she was in Merv Griffin. Well, here I am, raised with a mother who was OCD. And those habits trickled down to me. Well, and we're on the 9th floor, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish my story. So, as always, and I'm out of breath, I tell you, these stairs are not getting any better. I don't know, I hope you guys are walking right along with me, because this show really is not about my story. It's about getting up, getting out, and getting healthy, and walking right along with me. I tell stories because, you know, otherwise walking up and doing a 43-day challenge and posting it, just walking up 9 flights would be pretty damn boring. So to keep it interesting, I'm sharing story and knowledge and hopefully helping you guys along the way, maybe recognizing something about yourself, maybe learning a thing or two, I don't know. You guys leave your comments below, let me know what you guys think. But back to my story, my hands are shaking a little bit, so I'm gonna try to brace it. But anyway, in fact, I'm gonna sit down because I'm not done with the story, and I'm gonna try to get that light from glaring in my glasses, because that seems to be an issue. But anyway, so anyway, this lady went to Merv Griffin and said, you know, what is wrong with me and what can I do? Well, here, meanwhile, I'm sitting at home watching this program and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is exactly what I do. And it just turned this light on, you know, and I was just like, oh my God, you know, I have this same issue. I mean, like my husband would go, at the time, would go make the bed and I would remake it. If somebody sat on the bed, I'd go and smooth it out. If somebody moved a little, you know, trinket or something, you know, little, I don't know what you call those, because I'm not really big on collecting things and putting things on shelves. I'm more of a collect wine kind of girl and putting it on my shelf. But anyway, so I'm gonna move out of the way because there's somebody coming. It's okay, you're perfectly fine.
Thank you.
And so anyway, but you know, this little, I don't know what you call it, but let's just say a little dog, and you had it in your shelf. And if somebody picked it up and put it away, I would move it right back to its spot, just like this woman. She would move things right back. Now, I don't recall rewashing dishes, but I have to say, I have been working on this issue myself because it made me realize that I didn't want to be like that. And until that time, I didn't even realize that there was even a name for this thing, or that I had an issue. I never even considered it when my mother was young. They probably didn't even have a name for it. Probably just said, you know, she's too picky or whatever. And at the time that I was doing it, that was pretty much what they said about me. I was just being too picky. OCD probably was never a label that was given to people with this type of habits until probably 98 or whatever it was, but it was closer into the new technology and stuff like that has happened. But I have been working on it for years. And it made me reflect back to when my mother was young and how she would be very nitpicky about everything. I mean, if we vacuumed the floor, she would make, and there was even the slightest lint, she would have us pick it up. And actually, you know what? I grew up that way, so I thought she was just being too finicky and too particular. But until she was passing away, and I went to go visit her to, you know, do the hospice thing and everything. And she would tell me, you know, about scrubbing pots and pans and how they weren't clean enough, or, you know, or I'm putting something in the wrong place. Until that time, which was probably about 4 years ago, did I really realize that she was OCD. And it made me realize, like, you know, this is something that I have been trying to fix for a very long time. Now, I'm remarried, and I have to tell you, my husband, you know, sometimes he'll say I'm a little OCD, but he is like polar opposite of who I was and who I am. And he has broken a lot of those issues that I've had, because he's more like a frat boy. And he's gotten a lot better over the years because of my OCD, but at the same time, we've kind of met in the middle, where I just have to pick my battles now and say, let it go, let it go. And that also borderlines with being a perfectionist, and I am a bit of a perfectionist. And there's a lot of times that I have to just continue to tell myself, let it go. It's really not that important. At the end of the day, you're gonna be okay. So let it go. So if you guys have any of these issues, let it go. Get up, get out, and get healthy, because really this is what this is all about. And I'm going full circle back around to what I first said. So anyway, that's the end of my story. And it's a little scattered, probably a little dyslexia or whatever you would call it, but this girl's got to get back to work, finish her day, and then I will share another story tomorrow. See you guys after my intro on the first floor tomorrow. In the meantime, get up, get out, and get healthy. I dare you. I double dare you, because it is all about getting up, getting out, and getting healthy.